Today we are going to do the k10 verbs. Okay. So not too many this time. Okay. And this is the last chapter we are doing out of the book this year. And after that we'll do some other materials. Okay. So here we go. Some of these you've seen before. You've seen this one before. How do you say this one? Fressen. Anybody know what it means? To eat like an animal, yeah. So this is to eat, but for animals specifically. So you can use it for insulting purposes, but it also is just the one that is used for animals. Can you tell me if it's regular or irregular? It's irregular. So start with Oklahoma. Yeah. So it conjugates just like Essen, but you put an FR at the beginning of it. Okay, so let's start with ich. How do you conjugate it for ich? Fresse. And we'll go down the right side. Wir. Fressen. Ihr. Fresst. Und Sie? Fressen. Alright, so what's going to be different for the du and erstes Mann forms? Not add an I, but replace it with an I. So now we've got frisst. And since there's already an S there, you don't add an extra S. Okay. Which means it's going to be the same for erstes Mann. Now, because it's usually used for talking about animals, it's almost always going to be one of these, because it's a singular animal or a plural animal. Okay, so the only other times you'd use the other ones is if you're insulting someone. Does that make sense? Yes. So you're going to say it eats, or the dog eats, or whatever, or they eat, like the dogs eat. Okay? Feiern. Anybody happen to know what this one means? And it doesn't have anything to do with fire. Oh, I guess so. That's freien, the freien. To celebrate. This chapter has a lot to do with family and pets and birthdays. A combination of those. Okay. All right. Nice normal verb. Okay. So feiere. And sometimes you'll see people drop this I, or that E, sorry. But you can keep it in there. Makes it easier. So there's no EN to get rid of, you just get rid of the N. And then you put your normal endings on as normal. Okay. So how would you conjugate it for du? Feierst. Yeah, everybody, feierst. Okay. Erstes Mann. Feiert. Wir. Feiern. Yeah, what a couple people are doing when you're pronouncing it is you're adding an R after the F. There is no R there, so careful on that. So feiern. Ihr. Feiert. Und Sie? Feiern. Next one. Gratulieren. Everybody try that one. Gratulieren. Any idea? To congratulate. So the people who just got their acceptance letters into the exchange program had the word gratuliere on there. So that's where it comes from. So it's congratulations. This is a nice normal verb as well. So how would you conjugate it for ich? Gratulera. Everybody, gratulera. What about du? Gratulierst. Er, sie, es, man. Gratuliert. Wir? What do you say? Everybody. Gratulieren. There you go. Ihr? Gratuliert. And Sie and Sie? Gratulieren. Schenken. Never try that one. Schenken. Any idea what this one means? Schenken means to give as a gift.
Oh, you give your knife to them. In their gut.
Nice normal verb. So how'd you conjugate it for ich? Schenke. Du. Everybody. Schenkst. Er, sie, es, man. Schenkt. Wir? Schenken. Ihr? Schenkt. Sehen Sie? Schenken. Next one. Try that one. Bekommen. Okay. Bekommen does not mean to become. Good. To receive. Was that on the list?
Yes.
Oh, so that did help. So it's to get or to receive. Now the biggest thing is that it does mean that it is coming to you. So if you're going to say, I'm going to go get, Chipotle. You can't go get Chipotle using this verb. This one means it's coming to you. You are receiving it. Okay. All right. Nice normal verb though. How do you conjugate it for ich? Bekomme. Du? Bekommst? Er, sie, es, man. Bekommt. Wir. Bekommen. Ihr. Bekommt. Und Sie und Sie. Bekommen. Alright. Try this next one. Bellen.
Bellin.
Everybody know this one?
Bell. To ring.
No.
To bell.
There's nothing to do with a bell at all.
To do. To ring the doorbell. To bark.
When I said it had nothing to do with bell, I really meant like the word bell's not in there at all.
Bark as in like a dog.
Yes. Okay. So I told you this this chapter is all about family and pets and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
okay. So because of that, you can go ahead and cross out ich, du, wir, and ihr, because really, I'm only be using these. Because you're talking about dogs. Okay. So how do you conjugate it? It's nice normal. For er, sie, es, man.
What if my dog's formal?
Doesn't exist. Your dog is not formal.
Bell.
Bellt. And what about the plural?
Bellin.
Bellen. Now the other forms all exist. So if you're talking to your dog and you're using the do form or whatever, if you have more than one of them, you could use the verb. You know, so bellst du? Are you barking? Well, if you go up to your dog and say, are you barking? Okay. But one would think it'd be pretty obvious.
Bell do.
What?
Like asking the command for bell do. Like the dog bark. You.
You wouldn't put the do there though. You would just say bell.
Bell. Like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay? Usually you would say nicht bellen, don't bark. Okay? But the other forms do exist, but for the purposes of the class you won't need to know them. Okay? Alright. Last verb for today. Try that one, fliegen. Anybody know what this one is?
Fly.
To fly. Now if you capitalize it, fliegen, with a capital F, means flies. Okay, so make sure you know that one. Nice normal verb. How do you conjugate fish? Fliege. Du? Fliegst. Yes, man. Fliegt. Wir. Fliegen. Ihr. Fliegt. Und Sie. Fliegen.